Welcome everybody to the special recap edition of the Tampa Lowrider show. Man, it was a good time. It just happened this past Sunday. Couple really cool cars we want to talk about. Couple favorites. I'd say Trent's got a top one. I don't know about 100%. You.
I feel like you should have some introductory like mariachi horns with that recap episode.
God damn, bro.
You know?
Why you always got a sidetrack?
I'm just saying, like I'm looking. It's like a special episode. Like,
we 30 seconds in and off the rail already.
Why's it gotta be mariachi?
Special. You can
Why
tell
not?
It's special because you look like a lowrider billboard.
Right. Exactly.
Represent.
Talk about represent.
Justin got his lowrider hat.
He's like, I'm not like brand preference, but if y'all want to sponsor me, go ahead.
Listen, this is from the Miami show. We go way back.
Yeah, we do. He was there.
No.
He should edit those horns in though. That's all I'm saying. Just a thought.
I hate you so much right
I
now.
hate you every day.
Anyway.
No.
Bet if you do those horns, bro, do. All of a sudden you see fucking Justin just stand up, put his headset down, fucks right off.
I'm not doing it.
Oh man. Anyway, Tampa show, Lowrider shows. First time Lowrider's been back in Tampa since what? 2006.
Yep, 2006 was last time.
06, baby. Last year I
06.
went.
Yeah. It was a good time. It was a good time. Show was probably just as good as I remember it being, back then.
Yeah.
It was a decent sized show, not quite as big as the West Coast shows. But that's to be expected, I think.
It was significantly
Yeah.
smaller than the West Coast show.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be a contender, but I mean, it's Tampa Super Show.
Yeah.
Just like, Slam Fest. It's not like the biggest, grandest show out there, but we make that every year because it's in Tampa and it's our show.
Right. Yeah.
It's our air. It's an hour and change away. It's like,
Yeah.
we got to be on that shit.
I feel this will be kind of in that same category. We'll as long as it's there, we're gonna go.
And it'll probably grow too.
And unfortunately, this year none of us took any vehicles, so
Yeah.
we were all spectating.
Mine's
But
not ready.
I will definitely have at least one there next year for sure.
Next year I'll have something there for sure.
Yeah.
One of the three.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
Something.
I was going to ask you guys what your thoughts were about the size of the show.
I thought it was okay. I thought it was big enough.
You know what?
Yeah.
I think Will just fucking took the words right out of my mouth. I think it was big enough.
It felt like it wasn't as
Like
big
I
as
wasn't
the
disappointed.
Right, I wasn't either, but it felt like it was almost like a test run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it could be just building momentum. I mean, give it next year.
The first one back in 17 years. So
But
they're
what's-
building steam.
What stood out a lot was there was a lot. It felt a lot more quality over quantity. Granted, there were some cars there. That,
There was a couple that we can.
There was a
touch on.
couple on the inside that
but
were like,
yeah, but for the most part, it was an indoor show. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I know a lot of people were complaining a little bit about the ticket price, but it is what it is,
I
man.
mean, the ticket price that's been the same ticket price since I went
Yeah.
in 06. It was
Yeah.
$50
I
goddamn
mean,
dollars,
right.
and I thought it was expensive then, and now I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, good. Inflation,
Yeah, well, and and renting the fairgrounds,
Yeah.
that's not cheap either, And then entertainment, DJ Laz was out there, I'm sure.
I'll be honest with you, I figured it was going to be at least $75.
Yeah. Well,
Because I remember it used to be $40, $50 back in 06 when I went, so I'm like, it's got to be jumped up. 45 pre-entry, like early entry or early registration, 50 at the door.
Yeah,
Did you guys know about DJ Laz prior to the show?
I did not.
I did.
I did not. I was impressed by that. That dude was a good show.
Yeah, he was hype up there.
That was the only section I didn't see was that.
Uh-huh.
was good.
Vanilla Ice was there. My wife was excited to get a picture with Vanilla Ice.
He was excited to get a picture with me.
Yeah, of course. I would be too.
He said, I would not take no for an answer.
I won't take no for an. All right, man. Fine. I'll take
Ice
a picture
was
with
cool.
you.
Ice was cool. But and the cars were cool, man. I got a lot of cool ideas for the 64, man. That was that was inspiring, especially the extravaganza we had picking up my parts in Daytona. That was.
Let's touch on that before we get into Tampa.
Oh,
I can't
man.
wait. Do you have any footage of that or pictures?
Christ, no.
No,
Oh, I would've
I've got
loved
a
to have been
picture of
there.
the wreck of my garage with parts everywhere.
Yeah. So
That's about it.
It's officially a storage warehouse at this point.
Yeah. There's no working on anything in there right now.
I actually left for Daytona on Friday. We went up. We stayed at a Disney resort. Me and the kid, and woke up Saturday morning, and we kind of milled around and hesitated, right? So we go rolling into Daytona. We get into Daytona at 2:30. The show on Saturday ends at 4 o'clock, right?
Okay.
I look at Peyton at 2:30. I'm like, hey man, you want to go to the show for an hour and a half and check it out? He's like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. So
Thank God.
we go from the hotel to the show. For those that don't know, Will ordered a shit ton of parts from Hubbard's Impala.
Yeah.
And you can tell that story.
Will
that
got
part
customer of the month.
Yeah.
Got customer of the year.
Just the parts that we had to pick up because they shipped half of the stuff to me, and then they were waiting on some stamps for the metal for the floor pan and I think something else. I can't remember. They were interior. They were waiting on something. Anyway, we had to pick up an entire floor pan with interrocker braces, both front fenders, a deck lid, a hood, a trunk pan, and something,
Dude,
and then a small box. I think
The visors.
the
Your
visors.
visors, yeah.
couple
He got a
couple-
skill level
couple
3
interior stuff.
model for an adult.
100%.
Is what he did, and we're
100%.
just now popping the pieces out.
And when they finally got it a couple months ago, they called me and said, "Hey, it's going to be about $2,000 to ship this to you,
God.
but we're going to be at the spring rod run in Daytona, and we'll bring it down in the trailer, and you can pick it up from there if you want." So I said, "Yes, let's do that."
That's a hell of a deal, though. That
Yeah.
they saved you $2K.
I
man.
should have just paid it.
Bro, so
the nightmare it was to find a box truck, okay? Because I figure, okay, let me rent a U-Haul. So I Google U-Hauls, I find U-Hauls near me. Well, U-Haul it's $20 for the box truck, but then $1 a mile, right? So I thought, well, okay, I can rent a U-Haul and drop it off somewhere else. Let me rent one there and drop it off here. That'll be, a couple $100, all that. Well, there's no U-Haul places that are open on a Saturday or Sunday to available for rent. So I couldn't rent a U-Haul. So I'm like, all right, what else can I do? I'm Googling, where can I rent a box truck? Home Depot pops up. It's $130 for the day or something like that.
Right.
But unlimited miles, and you can't drop them off in a different location. So I'm like, okay, I got to work Saturday, so I schedule a week in advance to pick up a box truck from the local Northport Home Depot. Figure it's on my way home. I'll swing in there, grab the truck, head home, grab the wife and some clothes, hit the road. Everything's fine. 8 o'clock that Saturday morning while I'm at work, I get a text message from Home Depot in Northport. Hey, your reservation's been canceled. That box truck is not available. I said, great. So now
Perfect timing.
I'm panicking. I'm in a pinch. I'm in a meeting, like I'm panicking in a meeting on a Zoom call. What's going on? So I get out of the meeting and I call the local Home Depot where I work in Venice. Right. And they're like, yeah, we got 3. I said, bet. I need one. I'm going to reserve it. I said, okay, the earliest you can pick it up is 1. I said, all right. I ended up, which was fine because I couldn't get out of work anyway until 3:30, almost 4 o'clock. So I leave work. They let me leave at 1 to go pick it up because I'll only hold it for a half hour. So I pick it up, go back to work, finish work, drive home, pick up the wife, clothes, all my stuff, hit the road in a box truck. In rush hour, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare.
Did you do all the math on how much money you saved? For gas money and rental, I wonder how much you saved out of the $2K.
Maybe half. I probably spent $1,000 in this whole endeavor.
That's still $1,000, bro.
But the headache,
right?
Bro. So then, So then he calls me.
Then I give him the phone call.
As I'm hitting the road, he calls me. And what do they say?
Say, hey, how far out are you?
About 4 hours.
Still in Venice. Why? What's up? So Peyton and I decided to go to the show at 2:30. Right. First thing I do, I said, let's go to Hubbard's and confirm that Will stuff's here before he so we walk over there, right? And they have the truck set up, and I see this big pile of shit.
Big old trailer they got.
That says Fernandez. I was like, oh, cool. Shit. Will's shit here. I said, hey, man, what do we do with this stuff? He's going to be here tomorrow morning to pick it up. Hubbard said, we're not going to be here tomorrow. We're leaving today. And I was like, come again? He said, he's like, he can come pick it up till like at 5 o'clock. I'm like, it's 3 o'clock right now, and he's 4 hours out. He's like, there's a good chance we're leaving tomorrow, man. I don't know.
Those details would have been fucking nice when you offered it. Like, hey, your shit's going to be here in a pile.
Yeah.
Right? So
good luck.
Thankfully.
So fucking 64 grab bag for anybody who wants it.
So I call Will and fill him in on the information, and then I start working out some problem solving. Brian, everybody knows Brian with the Rivy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. I'm sure he was there.
He borrowed my trailer to trailer the Rivy over. They towed it over with a different truck, right? So I call him because I seen his Rivy at the show. I'm like, hey, bro, where's my trailer? Is it here? He's like, yeah, it's parked out back.
He snagged your trailer for this?
Yeah, he snagged. I let him.
He just told you.
So
It just clicked. Shut up.
Slow. He's slow. We got to.
It's that
800?
daylight savings time still fucking with me.
Can you doodle pictures while I'm talking so we can
80,
keep up?
800?
800.
Probably about that.
So
Cocksucker.
we end up getting. I end up grabbing the stuff Saturday afternoon, taking it over to my trailer, loading it on trailer, and then we go back and I buy a tarp. Like he's looking for a tarp while I'm loading the shit on the trailer. He goes, "Hey man, I got a tarp." So we go in and buy this tarp. Right? It says it's a perfect square. It says 35-foot tarp. It's awesome. Give the guy some money. We take the fucking tarp out to the trailer. This fucking tarp was 35 feet long and 5 feet wide.
Slip and slide, bro.
It covered up like,
5 feet wide? That's where they get you right there. I would figure it's
fucking
gonna be
thing was like this
35 by
wide.
35.
He's got parts hanging out on both sides, and I'm like,
we
fucking
tried.
just strap it down, bro. It is
We
what it is.
tried.
So, that was an absolute nightmare. And then, of course, he rolls in Sunday morning. We go showing him. Guess who's there?
They're still there.
Hubbard's there. They're here all fucking day.
Yeah.
All fucking day. They never left. They didn't leave early.
I'm surprised you didn't go over and be like, hey, you
They
know,
just
not for
panicked for
nothing.
nothing.
I would have been pissed. I would have went and said something. Hey, you know, not for nothing. We had to fucking struggle and panic to get this. I had to rent this. I had to buy tarps. And y'all are still here? Like, not for nothing. That's kind of fucked up. I would have said something. You spent enough money. Like, bro, you have us over here panicking and shit.
Yeah.
The show died Sunday. Like, I'm surprised they stuck around. There was no cars there. No nothing.
That's on them there. That's bad, dude. That's,
It was
That's
pretty
fucked
bad.
up. That's pretty fucked up, man.
But I'm still going to buy shit
Someone
from them
dropped the ball
because
there,
they got the
yeah.
best shit and super accessible. So
Yeah. And good prices, I think.
I would have showed up with a dirty ass look. I thought you guys were going to be gone.
they're from North Carolina and got a couple teeth. They don't give a fuck about a dirty look, bro. Like, literally, when I said the box truck's 5 hours away, they're like, "Oh, the stuff's right there. Sorry." Like,
I don't care.
Assholes.
But like I said, it's all right. We're gonna build it. It's gonna be good, and I got some good ideas for it. So
yeah, we
took
found
a lot of good pictures.
We
They'll
got
be
it. We got.
popping
An,
up.
we did get an idea at Daytona for you.
God, here it comes.
We're gonna need a table. Yeah, made out of 64 Impala parts that are left over.
Yeah. There's a dude there who would take front ends of old cars and make really nice tables out of them.
They were pretty
Okay.
sharp. So
Yeah.
we're gonna need something like that. It can be good. It'll be good for the podcast going forward.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of ideas, you said you got some ideas at the Tampa Lowrider. I think everybody got some ideas. He got ideas on rims. I got ideas on the Conti kit,
Yeah.
the 93 Fleetwood. I actually, honestly, I got some confirmation in my mind after seeing what was out there in so many different, styles of such, in one closed arena.
is your idea throw it away?
Lowrider style.
Man, you ain't got to like it. You ain't got to like
No,
it. It's okay.
I'm asking for Will. I don't give a fuck.
Oh no, I don't mind it.
Wait, no way. I thought you.
It's a car.
So, no, I got some good ideas.
Good, man.
It's gonna be a
it's funny,
smoothie with a nice center cap.
As I was taking pictures of every one of them, I didn't see one cut wheel. I said he's gonna go smoothie.
Yeah, dude.
That's
I don't
the
want to
way-
listen.
that's the way to
I
go.
love the the matching fifth wheel spare. Don't get me wrong. I love it. What I don't love and what I won't do is cut a fucking hole into my bumper that I could set that people are selling for anywhere between, depending on how good they are and if they come loaded with, meaning the whole impact strip on the rear, they're going for like anywhere from $450 to $650.
Yeah.
I am not cutting a slot in that motherfucker at all. Because what if I ever just want to take it off and just run it without it, or decided, just decided not to.
You got a parts car back there.
Right, but that bumper's got a hole in it. It's got a rust hole in it. So I just it ain't happening. And just what's nice is I like, arguably just the same. I like the smoothie. The only thing I'm gonna still up in the air on is if I'm gonna do covering it in the Sunbright material like I do when I do the
The vinyl top.
yeah not the vinyl top, the rag top essentially, not a rag but
Canvas.
Canvas. Thank you. The
Canvas
canvas top. If I'm gonna cover it in that material or if I'm gonna leave it fiberglass and have it painted to match.
I'd do the top surround part and the canvas, and then the smoothie part inside that chrome ring
Yeah.
painted the color of the car.
I like that.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
what I saw. I like I think this one here.
Because you've got, if you look at mine
Yeah, I
right
was
now,
gonna
I'm looking
say,
at it
there was
right
one.
here.
This one here.
I'm looking at it right here. So the
was a car
smoothie,
there
yeah, the
that had
smoothie
that.
would be the painted part.
Yeah. So
Just
this
the
one,
smoothie.
This one, you can see this chrome ring here. We'll turn it so you can see.
Yep. That's it.
I say inside this chrome ring here is
Yep.
painted the same color of the car.
I'm looking at it right now. That's what,
And
when I get the
here's-
smoothie. Yep.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm doing. And I already got a price for Space Coast plating. I already got prices for the lid, the bucket, and the outer strap to get those re-chromed, refurbished. And I think I'll probably do the Sunbright on the
Yeah.
overall, and then paint the smoothie. And if I do patterns on the car, maybe even do patterns on that.
Well, let's talk about some of these cars, man. That's, you know, that we're at the show, man. That's the recap portion of it, man. What do you guys think?
I think you're right.
Let me hit you with this one. And this one's wasn't even really a lowrider. It was kind of in the donk status, big wheel. What did y'all think of that big old Impala cut with the 2J in it?
Oh, the 2JZ.
That threw me for a loop. I ain't gonna lie.
Me too,
It threw
man.
me for a loop, but I thought it was pretty fucking wild because it was put together right.
Yeah. So it's funny when I got in there just before they let the crowds in with the media pass and everything, so as I was picturing, the guy didn't have the hood open or nothing, so I pictured it, and the only way I could get a good angle was from the back because there's crowds and people were still starting to come in and people were cleaning cars, and I was trying to get a clean shot with nobody, so I took a picture from the left rear corner.
Right.
And I saw they had those, at AutoZone, they got those the little independent letter number stickers, and he put the little chrome 2JZ on there, and I said, "Oh, what is that?" And so, and it's funny because I should have known, and I didn't piece it together. And then we're walking around, and I see it with the hood open, and it's got a big old turbo 2J in it. I said,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay, that's different."
Listen, working at a speed shop, I kind of went over and looked at that thing up and down. It was put together pretty right.
Yeah.
It's
And
probably
to me,
pulling 1,000 horses.
Yeah, well,
it's got to be anywhere between eight and a grand.
People race
8 and a
these big
grand.
wheel cars.
Yeah.
Look at Pinky, right?
Yeah.
He dominates the hops, and now he's trying to dominate the big wheel race world.
Yep.
But everybody does the LS swaps and puts the big cams and the big engines
Yep.
in them.
Exactly.
This cat threw a 2J in it.
I think
and
what
he's
would throw me
probably
for
competing.
You know what would throw me
That's
for a
crazy.
loop more? Hearing that thing start up.
Yeah.
Just
You expect to hear the
but just hear like
Yeah.
it would just throw me. It's a Supra,
Yeah.
for
For a
Christ's sake.
2JZ,
My homeboy's
that
got a
was
Supra.
a
Actually,
small turbo.
what's up?
Yeah,
For a 2JZ, that was actually a small
Good
turbo.
Right? No. Yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying.
It was probably only like 650, 700.
I would say that's probably closer to the 800. But
Where's our drag racing expert?
I know, right?
all you gotta do is send a picture to Corey. He'd probably tell you.
right.
It might, Justin's probably right. It's probably close to the 700. But I mean, that's still a lot of ass.
Yeah. It really is, man. It's
The
a
body
ton of
was
power.
straight on it too.
Yeah.
Oh, it was nice.
Yeah,
It was real nice.
It was a nice color, man. It was kind of a
Electric
trans,
blue?
It was kind of like a transition kind of pearl.
Okay.
It was nice, blue to kind of a green color.
Comparable to that 65 right there, which I loved as soon as we walked in.
That was probably that's probably in the top 5.
Just
That's
based
probably
on
top 3, top 5 of my list in that whole show.
based on how subtle everything was, and it was fucking gorgeous.
Done right.
I'm not a fan of the big rims, but they had that Monte Carlo SS, the gray one.
Yeah,
That thing with those gray wheels, that was just
was-
front to back, nice.
it
I
was
like
clean.
that one a lot.
I don't think I got pictures of that one, but that one was clean.
Yeah, that 65. Looking at the upholstery and everything, and the attention to detail in certain
Yeah.
areas that even factory
It's-
doesn't.
And it's funny. It reminded me of when Ryan said that it was, what do you call it, subtly extreme or whatever.
Yeah.
Because everything was so subtle with the purple accents that were subtle. He had purple. He had the white walls with the purple line, almost like Vogue's, but with a purple line.
It was funny because Dean was looking at that and he's like, the purple on there. Like, where's the rest of the purple? And then I kind of start
Right.
Here,
and
looking
somebody
here.
matched it so well.
Just
with the pinstripe.
enough, And then and then the fine line pinstripe, and then the lower valance was flaked with the color match.
They had the front seat with the integrated 2 cup holders
With the purple
Frenched
LEDs.
in
Yeah.
to the seat. And another thing that I like, that's kind of become not popular, but it's like becoming more popular. But I also saw where the ragtop folds back and the tracks disappear. Well, basically the cover, when that thing falls back in the back seat, the cover panel that all the mechanics disappear into, usually you can see upholstery come down on the inside. You can see inside of it, and you see like a termination point at like 2 inches deep, and then the rest is like whatever factory, black metal, or if it's like backboard, like like a cardboard backboard, you see that. Whoever upholstered it made it go all the way down where it was out of sight. So even like areas that are where mechanical pieces are hidden, they had upholstery running all the way down in there, where even to me that was a fine point. Like I looked for shit like that. So somebody, I mean, he spent money on it, but somebody or somebody's took some real attention on that entire build.
Yeah.
I was honestly that's probably I'll say probably my top 3. That's definitely
Yeah,
in the
definitely.
top 3 for me.
Just the way they did the
Everything.
dash was
Everything.
all flaked and patterned out.
But it
And
wasn't
then-
gaudy, and it
No.
was just
Yeah.
enough.
No, it was.
And
it
then
was just,
the
it was,
bottom
it was just
valance
enough.
on the
It is
bumper.
so
like,
easy to go over the top with that, just like engraving.
Yep.
Here's one thing I wanted to ask y'all. Right, there was a Regal there, and I wanted to ask, and I think I've asked this question before.
No.
How much tuck is too much tuck, especially when it's locked?
If you're
out?
asking me that, this thing's got to be sitting almost on a
Oh
wheel.
man,
That much.
look at that's just too much to me.
It's not that that's too much tuck. It's got the high lockout, so you've got
The high lockout
what you
gives
probably
it too
got.
much, but I bet you when that thing's laid down, I bet you it still has a
It's
significant
probably-
amount of tuck.
It's probably a minimum of a 2-inch.
I bet you it looks
Extended.
I bet you it still looks like a hopper when it's laid out.
100%. It's a minimum of a 2-inch tuck.
It's too much.
Minimum. Usually your biggest is what, 2.5? So that's probably at least a 2-inch fucking
It's
tuck,
too much.
or 2-inch extended upper control
To
arm.
me,
But
it's
then
too
he's got
much.
2-inch extended ball joints. And again, this is preference. I'm not knocking people to do it. I hate those. I think it looks ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's
I
too.
don't like
There is too much lockout in the front where you got your wheels. They look like they're
And
pigeon-toed.
it's such a pretty car. It
It
really
is.
is. But to me,
You can't lay
that should have
for
been
shit.
that should have been in the pit. With that much, it should have been in the pit. To me,
Yep. We were talking to
But,
Alan Senior. Shout out to Alan Senior. And we were discussing high lockout shit, and he said pretty much he was discussing with me. He said similar things that what you said. It's kind of like lost its way. It's not even laying that low. Shit like nowadays isn't even laying that low. So when that thing lays all the way out, it's almost as high as it's like slightly lower than a stock Regal. Because you have such extreme lockout and it's such extreme tuck that you're maxing out those things. When they lay out, they're maxed out.
here's another.
It's
Like,
the
it's
thing.
such a pretty car. It's
people are raising them because they're trying to show off their chrome undies and shit.
all right. Well, this one's all gold.
Or just
That's what I'm
the
saying.
wow
It's all
factor.
gold.
I
Yeah.
think it's the wow factor of just being that high. Like my
Like they-
truck.
I don't know. Like I'm
acting
sure
like
that's
it's
laid
all-
out in the back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
I don't think it is.
100%.
I think
I assure you, that's laid out.
Oh,
in the
guaranteed. That's what I'm saying. That looks like a stock height Regal, but it's lower only because of 13s.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that looks like, and it's a gorgeous car. But
Back. By the way, that's probably the only wheel I saw in a Connie kit.
okay. But like for me, it's like my Ranger, my Lowrider Ranger.
Lowrider style.
Your mini truck, but
Yeah,
go ahead.
okay, they're Lowrider. The point behind that was I had that bumper sitting about an inch off the ground when it was laid out, and when I had the nose up and the ass down, it was about a 1/4 inch from hitting the ground, and I could raise that ass end up. The back bumper was at your chest, and that was the point. If you're going to have a high lockout, I want to see it fucking just like the movie Cars. I want to see that thing go all the way up, but fucking just damn near scrape the ground.
Yeah.
That's the look I like.
Yeah. So, and another car that was there was the 63. I think Trent said it's one of his favorites.
Yeah,
And
this is probably my top.
Such a unique paint scheme, and it flowed so well. Was the South Beach 63?
Oof, I think that was everybody's.
That was a
If we had to
Gorgeous car.
vote on favorite 63 there, that would probably be it.
100%.
Is that like the peach colored one?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
peach one with the purple and pink.
Yeah.
Oh, it was gorgeous.
And the way
And
it flowed together like a sunset or
soft
something.
colors, man. Soft colors, and that's what lowriders are usually. It's just that soft, subtle fucking that rolling art, and it had every soft color, and it was just
I
gorgeous.
think they're more like peacocks, like the fucking bright blues and yellows and reds and fucking.
Well, you know what? You're
And
right.
it's funny,
I guess
had
you
a
get a
couple
mixture,
blues
like
in
a
there.
50-50. You're
Right,
gonna
yeah.
you can
The
you can
setup,
combine
man.
the two.
Fucking gorgeous.
the setup he
But
put in this trunk.
He
is
went all
just-
soft on that. and it
Four
was
four
just-
pumps and it has
Hey,
four
look,
subs underneath
yeah,
of
I
them.
get you.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys paid attention to the setup. He had 4 pumps in there.
I saw the 4 pumps. I saw the. Go ahead.
the check valves, and he had these wraps around the motors that were color matched, and then the 4 subs underneath the pumps that were just molded in, to the trunk to the trunk
bottom-
floor.
the bottom of
was-
the floor
was
pan.
It
really
was
nice. And then the rack. I don't know if you guys saw this rack.
I love the rack. It looked like bent.
Tubular steel.
Too, yeah.
Not 1/500. I'm going over math here. 1.5 tube to maybe 2 inch or 1.75 tube bent. It almost looked like, and it was the color. I swear to you, I think this is what he was going for. It looked like bent palm trees holding
Maybe
each. It
possibly.
looked like bent palm trees holding up his pumps. I'm like, that's fucking what you never see that. You always see straight straight steel,
It
not
was
not
a-
tubular.
It was just a good looking car, man,
And then he did the speaker bezels.
Oh, he had
all
6
with,
CNC cut
with palms. Yeah,
palm trees in
palm
it.
trees and painted
Everything in the
Oh.
car flowed together
yeah,
perfectly.
kick panels.
Was a-
Loved the kick panels with those palm trees in it.
yeah.
Very well.
That
I
car,
mean, just
that car was top notch. I don't know. It's the first time I'd seen that car.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Whether in person or online, it's the first time I've laid eyes on that car. I don't know if it was a new build or if it's been around and we just haven't seen it. But that was
If
just
it's an old build, it's upkept very well. Mikey
a-
pointed out too in the rear, on the above and below the taillights, it had a nice fade of that pink to
And it-
peach, and
yeah.
it was like
Yeah.
shadowed. And I didn't even notice until he said it. Just fucking gorgeous. It looked like it had depth, like you were 10 feet out looking at it, and it was getting hit by shadows.
That's what I like
Yeah.
about this
Gorgeous.
thing. It's like all the little details that
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody
you could be
really went
staring
through
at
that
a car
thing.
and not see it.
Yeah, the
you
chrome
know?
side trim was pink.
Yep.
I mean,
The
Everything.
difference is, I'd build something like that, I'd take that bitch right out and fucking hop it.
the axle was painted. It was a nice car, man. It really is.
I really enjoyed like the long.
more-
It's one of those things, like the memes. The longer you look, the worse it gets. This one was the longer you look, the more in
better.
depth it
Yeah,
got.
The
The more-
dash
the more
was
you
just
see, yeah.
flaked,
Yeah,
just flaked with like a pearl with like a purple kind of, and it faded into the silver. Like it was just.
You know what sucks is not everybody knows this. Is I would love to see on everybody's build, like builds like that we take the real time to look at it, like they took the real time to build it. I'd love to see not even just a build sheet, but just build hours. I wish people that did builds this fucking big had just like some plaque, like a plaque with some information on it. But I would love to know the man hours, labor hours that went into something like that from stem to stern, because that's in the hundreds and hundreds.
Yeah, it's a lot.
What they have in the did you get any pictures of the engine bay? What was the motor in it? Was it
I didn't actually.
Wild build, beautiful 63.
I should.
Beautiful.
I regret not, but it was probably one of the situations where I was fighting people and I just couldn't get pictures. That was one little drawback to the show is the media they let you in an hour before they open the gates.
I didn't like that for you. You only
That
got
was,
1 hour to fucking get in there and bang out pictures.
And
dude.
it was being the first time back, there was a little bit of a learning curve. So I didn't.
What'd you have in
actually-
Arizona? Like 6?
Yeah, I got in real early in Arizona.
We came
But,
up to you after 6 hours. You were sweating. Your feet were
Yeah.
tired. You'd been everywhere.
Unfortunately, so I text the guy right at 10, right when I got there, and said, "Hey, I'm at the front gate," because I had to go to the front gate just like everybody else. And I didn't hear from him, so I went to the ticket booth and said, "Hey, by any chance, are there media passes here or whatever?" She said, "No, but I know who they are. Hang on, let me text." Did you text? The guy's name was Carlos.
Coordinator of that?
Shout out
Okay.
to Carlos, cool cat. I felt bad for him. He was going through some stuff. He had an Impala in there, his car, and an AC pipe or something busted, and he was getting water dripped inside, and it was a vert.
Yeah,
It's water,
of course on a vert, right?
So of course I don't feel bad. Like, oh man, I'm texting this guy. Would you get a press pass? And he's trying to figure out his car. I'm like, but thankfully, he had helpers. They came, they got me, they brought me in, they tracked down a press pass. It was all good. So I started shooting about 10:15, 10:20. But then if they let people in early, like 10:45, people started coming in. So I didn't have a lot
Yeah,
of
they
time.
got to tighten that shit up. You can give you any time.
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of time. So, but it is what it is, man. It's with it, like everything. I'm sure there's going to be a learning curve. I'm sure next year will be, better.
I hope
We'll
they
see.
do the
We'll
hop.
see.
I hope they do the hop better next year, like the layout of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't see shit.
I didn't even make it over to the hop.
Well, this
Yeah.
is what they did. They had the barricades up, and they had the hop in front of the stage, between the barricades and the stage. But they let everybody from the teams in, and they stood around the car, so everybody that was out couldn't see because everybody in the pit.
Well, the hop started like 1 hour after the show opened up.
Right.
That too.
It was
I liked
way
that.
too early.
No. I liked that. I do like that. Get the hop out of the way, because a lot of times people show up like right when the shit starts, and then you've seen everything, and everyone's standing around for another 4 hours waiting for the hop to start. So maybe do it like an hour, like at 2.
That's what I was
Not at
supposed to
noon,
do.
It was supposed
not
to be
at
at 2.
6.
It was supposed to be at 2.
That would have been perfect, I think.
Like
But
it,
just
like
the
like y'all said,
layout.
it was a test run. It was a dry run on a few different things.
Right.
Hopefully they tighten up a few ends
They're
next year.
probably going to take
I'm
notes. and
sure they will,
seals.
man. I'm
Yeah.
sure they will. I'm sure it's not, their first rodeo. That this guy also puts on the one in Atlanta.
Okay,
I think he's been doing
Which
the
is
one
about
in
to go
Atlanta
on.
for
That's
a
about to
couple
go down
years.
too.
Yeah, but granted, it could be a venue issue. Not so
Yeah.
much on them, but they're learning the venue.
Right.
So
How about they had a couple nice bombs in there. It just
Okay.
that
Question.
just had me wanting to get mine done that much worse.
What do y'all? What do you think the most unique car?
Most unique car
Most
there.
unique,
Jeez,
like
I mean-
not as in like year and make and model. Like not a G body, not an Impala, because not a town car, because those are always the.
They had
Most
they
common.
had a boat tail there.
Yeah, you don't see boat tails.
You do not
You see them.
see-
I see a lot online.
I've
but
never
then you don't see
seen
many
more
in
than
person.
I'm going to say
There was a
maybe
boat
in
tail
my
there.
lifetime a handful in person.
But the only two cars that I've ever seen as lowriders were at this show. One of them was at the Firma show, and it's a Corvair.
Oh yeah, that blue one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there was two at this show. There was
Yeah.
like a patina one, and then there
Rear
was
engine. Yep.
like who's
Not a
gonna
common-
makes a lowrider of a Corvair? I said,
Bro,
well,
I've seen them online,
that
that's
one.
it.
I never seen them online. I saw the one at the Firma show,
Okay.
and then I saw the second one at this show, and I was like, okay, it's
Yeah.
a thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, they look okay.
I've seen a
them,
handful online. I've never seen them in person. This was my first.
I don't know how I even missed it, but Mikey pointed it out. Shout out to Mikey for being like, bro, look at that, the GMC 100.
Yeah, the bomb,
Color.
the bomb.
Yeah.
It was tan.
It was 10.
It's a khaki color.
Ah,
It's the big,
That-
big,
Yep.
the
that
big
big-
wagon. Looked like
That thing was
that
cool.
was the carry-all. I
Super
believe that
cool.
was called the carry-all.
carry-on.
Yeah, that thing.
I was like, is that a Suburban? And then Debbie looked at her. She goes, it's a carry-all.
Yeah.
Pretty.
I don't know
I
how-
will.
For sure.
I hate to admit defeat, but
I already know where this is going.
we were wrong. We were wrong. I didn't
Oh.
see. I didn't see any Euro lowriders there. I didn't see any.
I was shocked.
What about the
I was shocked.
mini truck outside?
Ooh, there was trucks in there. There's a couple S dimes, a couple of things like that, but there were no.
I won't split.
No
I won't split
Hondas,
hairs.
no
I figured I was
Acura.
going to see at least a few like '90s era, like stitch and tuck,
There was
velvet,
there was a
fucking
foreign
interior.
there were
one
trucks, yeah,
outside.
trucks, but there were no.
There's a foreign truck.
mini truck?
Right in front of the lowrider
Yeah,
trailer.
but that's a truck. We were talking like Hondas and like cars.
Toyota. Oh yeah.
Didn't even see. Was there? They have any like Geo Trackers or Kazuzus? Nothing.
Nothing, bro.
No.
Nothing.
They had
it was-
a BMW Z3,
Yes.
but it was big wheel, Lambo door,
Oh,
goofy transformer looking stuff. I didn't
There.
bother to.
Which low? What was
think
that?
it was a tractor
Was that a
too or
Monte
something.
Carlo or it was a G body of some sort that was split in 7 different pieces on the center floor? And Trent looks over. He goes,
think it
"I'm
was-
just waiting for that one to fall."
Actually, I
What'd you
believe.
say?
Fight some Decepticons.
Like I'm just waiting for this one to stand up and fight some Decepticons.
So
Was
the
it Fear
It
Made?
was, but that's
it was.
when you said unique car. I'm thinking like, bro, that was one of the most unique builds in there, and that's the second time I've seen that one.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he
and,
said it was that
there's so
Vitamin.
much custom body work on it. I couldn't exactly tell you which G body it was.
Honestly, I'd love to
Just
just
from
see it
this
all
angle.
together. I'd love to see it,
But, it
Optimus
almost-
Prime its ass back together.
Like the way they molded the hood.
Autobots roll out.
I just want to see what it looks like.
It's pretty wild.
Could be-
Lot
could
of
be-
money, dude. Just even the setup on the display. How many hundreds of mirrors?
Yeah. I
Because they
think-
were like 4 inches
I don't
by
know if-
6 inches.
I don't know if it's still the same guy that owns it, but it's been for sale for a couple months.
That thing's got to be what 10, 20-year-old build probably.
Yeah.
Because that's got some real like
remember.
traditional like wild fucking.
El Nino. That bitch was bad.
Yeah.
I love that car.
That was a nice one.
Which one was that?
The
The flat copper one.
flat copper bomb.
Yes, yes,
The thing was super bad.
gorgeous. Love the tone.
The setup in the, in
Yeah, it
the
had the
trunk.
scallops on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
He didn't
gorgeous
have
car.
he didn't have like the full display like he did at the Firma show. At the Firma show he had like a custom painted or color matched and pinstripe cooler, custom guitar that was
Yeah.
same. But I didn't see all that.
maybe not enough room, not enough
Yeah,
time
maybe.
to set up. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. But the car itself just it speaks volumes. It's nice.
Yeah, the setup in the trunk was
Yeah,
Stunning,
immaculate.
stunning.
The air tanks and the compressors.
You can put up what pictures every time we make.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I'll put pictures
give
of what
viewers
we're
something
talking
to look at here.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, some of those setups in the trunks were just.
Oh,
fucking-
Yeah.
again
So-
with the
Oh, man.
dude, the ideas they just start flowing, man.
So I'm a sucker for these gravity fed setups, and I saw this 3-pump gravity setup in
pretty
a
sharp.
in a Cadillac like yours.
Uh-huh.
And it was just man, it was.
Let me see which one was that.
I want to do. I think I want to do something like this in the Impala, but
Yeah, like
Same time,
listen,
I'm
I see
not-
shit
I'm
like
still-
that, and I'm over here like, man,
still
I could
hemming
get
and hawing.
behind that even for.
There's
For
a
my
couple
shit.
clean setups for the Impala though, like the 2 batteries on each side and 1 pump.
Yeah.
And the guy still had the
just
entire.
the entire trunk.
You don't
Truck's
even
so-
appreciate it by saying it until you see it,
Yeah.
and then it's like
Part
it's a
of me wa-
48 volt setup.
part of me wants to do that, but the other part of me is like, nah, go full show and do nice,
I honestly, I think for yours, you got to do it. We got to do it on a nice plate that you chrome, and then we set it down in there.
But then the other part of me is like, well, maybe for the glass house, I could do something like that, and I still have an entire trunk.
Entire
Glass
ass
house is gonna be a
trunk.
lay and play, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
And you do a 2-pump with
That's
4
got
batteries.
a 10-body trunk, so you do 2
Do
batteries.
a
and
massive
2
system in
pumps,
that thing
you're
after
fine,
that.
so.
I'll help you
And
out
still room for a
I'll help
couple
you out
chairs.
with the hard lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the plan. I want to hardline everything at this point.
Yeah.
Straight,
Even the town car when we do
Yeah,
that.
same,
I wanna,
same.
At least up into a bulkhead and then
Yep.
and then out. But
100%. You've seen enough of them. It's like, all right. And then you got of all of us, you got your hands wet with it first before anybody, and you did a hell of a job. And that's your first go at it. So now imagine you got some experience, some
Spurts?
skill behind
You
it.
mean spurts?
And you got all of us with our,
Fuck yeah, man.
our ideas that we can make some wild hard lines, man.
yeah,
We're gonna be doing all hard lines in this too. The 86 bourbon
That link in
behind
there,
it,
the yellow one.
this one.
Yeah.
all aluminum hard line.
Trigger whenever you're ready
It's
to
a
go.
big one. I almost think that's like a Continental on it before they even called it a Mark.
Yeah.
But it was on some big old Vogues.
Looks like the 78 right there, but then it's a 2-door. So.
Another thing I saw, which I've never even heard of or saw, I saw 2 of, was my Cadillac from 93 to 96. I don't know if you know, the hoods on those is the full length of the hood, and then it actually holds the grill. So when you pop that hood, it's the entire length of the hood and the grill come up. It's a lot of ass to move, but the whole thing, 2 of them, I've never even seen one of them before, but 2 of these guys cut off the first 6 inches of the hood and permanent mounted it with the seams still as a header panel with the grill stationary, the first 6 inches of the hood stationary, and then they had a nice, the rest of the hood was, up and down like any other any other vehicle, and it's like
I missed that.
it was,
didn't
in
see
fact,
that.
it was so smooth. The guy told me, he's like, yeah, it's got a header panel. I'm like, I didn't even, and I own the car, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And it was so smooth, and he told me, I'm like, holy shit, you're right. Usually my hood's got the whole length of the hood and the grill. He goes, yeah, no, we got the header panel, but 2 rows down, same thing on another
Did
one.
you take a picture?
I don't know, man.
I missed it completely.
Me too.
It was telling it to me and Trent, and then it dawned on me, like, son of a bitch, that is a wild, so smooth. In fact,
Yeah, it
I
sounds
didn't
great.
even notice it, and I own the damn car. I'm like, wow, that's
What
pretty cool.
what I did see, however, outside was a prime example of a Roadmaster.
Yeah,
Ah,
Trent,
yes.
so I just showed Trent. He almost found it.
let's see it. Let's see it.
I like it.
Did you get a picture of it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
It's the Caprice's Down syndrome cousin.
No,
I'm
I
telling
like
you,
it.
bro.
I like it.
dude,
I like it.
that color,
Oh.
those wheels.
I like it.
It's got, dude, tasteful graphics. It's got what is that? The quarter top there.
Look at the horizontal taillights. I love it.
I like it. I'm telling you, if
I'm- I'm
got rid of- if I
going
got
to
rid of-
step out of the box here. That might be my favorite Roadmaster that I've seen
He's
to
coming
date.
around. He's coming around.
Well, I'm a blue fan too, so
Yeah,
that might be
definitely.
my favorite Roadmaster to date. Like everything on that is tasteful.
if I were to get rid of the town
Trent's
car
over here
and
like,
stay
I'm
in
a
the
little
90s.
fucked up, but I can hang out with everybody.
Hang on, you wanna go fishing?
Hey guys, I'm a little fucked up, but but I got stripes.
It's a beautiful car, man.
Dude, that is, listen,
It's
I
so
like it.
beautiful.
Now my
I
cup
like
of tea.
call it what you want. That is a proper Roadmaster.
Yeah. So as far as celebrity guests at the Lowrider show in Tampa, Vanilla Ice was there. Shout out to Vanilla Ice, super cool guy. Took pictures with everybody. He had the Davila Killa or Killa Davila,
Killa
whatever-
Davila.
whatever he called it,
Vanilla Davila.
Vanilla
Vanilla
Davila.
Davila, whatever.
Worst name car
I
ever.
thought it was just Davila Ice.
Davila Ice.
Could be.
That's what he had on his shirt. I don't know. Anyway,
Ice, hit us up. Tell us what the fucking name is, please, because we're over here massacring that shit.
this car, bumpers were engraved,
Everything
gold
was
plated,
gold
wheels were
engraved.
gold
Yeah,
plated,
whammy tanked.
gold, engraved wham tank. The car itself was fully flaked out with purple candy on it, and I liked it. I thought it looked good.
That whole interior
I
was
am
tuck
not a
and
fan.
crinkle,
Old school
like
crushed
velour,
velvet.
and like velvet.
Old
Yeah,
school crushed
Yeah,
velvet.
Let me
I'm
tell you
not
something.
I'm not a fan of that interior.
that car just fell straight out of the '90s, and I love it
Yeah.
because it's like that. You look at that, and it's like that is like when shit peaked.
Yeah.
Late '80s, early
Like, I
'90s.
think-
Like
I
that's
think
that peak.
It's
Ooh.
the perfect. It's a slant back caddy. I think it's 77.
I think it's missing a chandelier. That's
but
it.
I'm sure there's
yeah.
one in there
There
somewhere.
might be
car-
one in there, or at least some
In the
stock.
glove box.
I'll bet
He
you
even
there's
has the. Oh, look, he has the.
Did it have sconces?
The headlight covers are gold.
Sconce or
engraved.
sconce?
yeah, the little headlight,
little
headlight
eyelids?
hats, you know?
Bro,
Golden engraved.
if you looked inside and
The
on the
droop- for the droopy
interior
eyes?
of the
Yeah,
quarter
I love
windows,
those.
They're not even the droopy eyes. They're like
Oh,
visors.
the ones that go out. Okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
visors.
if he next to the old quarter windows had like sconces, I would have been like,
I don't know. He's got a ice cream cone.
He's
in
got
there.
the mirrors are all laid into the velvet.
Yeah.
So
I'm a fan of
I
that.
mean,
by
it's
the way. I love that.
traditional.
They
Yeah,
do the little
swivel
mirrors
front
everywhere.
seats.
Bro, that whole
like
build-
couch in the back. Like it's
Beautiful.
honestly,
It's
you know what the
cool.
funny thing is? That build fits his ass well.
Yeah.
it does.
What
it
would
does.
I expect him riding?
Listen,
and then
I-
if I see him pull up in that, I'd be like, that's fucking ice.
I genuinely like the car. I'm just not a fan of that style interior. It's you know things get a little dated.
Right, it's not your, but it holds its place.
it does.
It holds its place in like
absolutely
history.
does.
But it's not. It doesn't have to be your favorite thing. It's certainly not something per se that I would do. But to me, it's got to be around because it's like it holds a real
Right.
place in
Right.
history when like
the
shit was
roots.
getting fucking wild. Like man, they like I said, they were doing chandeliers and shit in their cars, and then to have that kind of interior, it's like you don't know if you want to sit on it or put plastic down first.
Yeah.
Like
No,
that's
it's-
grandma's couch.
Like
It's
at
a cool
grandma's
car.
house.
That's grandma's
It's a
couch,
cool
man.
car. And then there was another unique car that I'd never seen before. God damn, Harlock.
Not bad.
It was
Over
the
here away from the mic.
Put your phone on mute. He's like, I gotta make some noise. Fuck it.
the 59 Pac-Man car. That car, another one.
Didn't get around to seeing that one. I couldn't
another
go in
car that was fully flaked out
it's
with like
so
a,
much potential.
with like a
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it's
so
like
much
a bluish
potential.
teal candy on it. The trunk was pattern airbrushed in like a Pac-Man map, and it was
Looking at your
the
pictures,
neon-
the
neon
fifth wheel was
Pac-Man
pretty
is-
unique, man.
Yeah, the
pretty
fifth wheel.
fucking unique.
The trunk, the fifth wheel, all that stuff is awesome. Absolutely awesome. And then there's nothing up front. It's just flake. Like bass boat
yeah.
flake.
Oh
It
no
is.
shit!
And then the
Flake,
interior was like a blue and black plaid that was not it was
Wasn't
draped.
flattering.
It was draped over the seats
Yeah.
and like looked like it was tacked in over the doors. Like it wasn't actually interior. It was
Here's
just
what I'm looking at.
covering shit up.
Maybe funding ran short after the deck lid and the fifth wheel.
Then you show it with the top up.
Because you got like an engraved trim on the top and stuff. It's everything's a work in progress though, man. Like it's okay.
It's
think
still
I think it's a
hands
nice
down
car.
better than spray paint chrome.
I saw
yes.
the booty and I was like, all right, this bitch is gonna be bad. Like when you see this ass end, you're like, all right, this is cool.
And then you were like,
This is cool. Then you
That's
walk
it?
around to the front and it's a butterface. Everything's good, butterface.
it's like a chick getting excited to be
I
with
liked
somebody,
it,
and then it was just it's 2 minutes of fury, and she's like, "That's it."
I liked it, man. No, it's because it's similar. It's like Vanilla's car. It's just all flake and candy.
Like I said, this part's cool. And then I was so excited and I just got disappointed when
I like the
got
front
up
too.
front.
I like the front. I like the fact that it's in the sun. That thing will blind you
Oh,
coming
100%.
at you. Like it's. I liked it. He had the the halos on. the
I
headlights
see
and
where
everything.
Trent's coming from.
the
though. It kinda
interior
fell
was
short.
just so
It fell short.
like you see something like that and you're like, this car, they went all out.
Yeah.
And then you see that part and it's just like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
man.
but I bet you next year that interior is solid.
I hope so. I really do.
I really
that
do.
car's got so much
A
potential.
car like that, I bet you next year that interior is solid.
Well, after he sees this episode, he's probably like, "Fuck these guys." Beautiful car.
No,
Just
shout out, yeah. Whoever owns
beautiful
that car.
Just want to see. We want to see some more on
Because
that.
I'm a sucker for 59.
Bring that through into
Get
the
to the
interior.
finish line, baby. Get to the finish line.
Yeah, no, that was a nice one,
That's
man.
the Pac-Man car.
Yeah, that's-
It
No,
was
you
just,
did not. You did not.
I really,
You better post that.
Put that picture right here.
we can't do that to the man. So everybody knows, as far as Impalas go, I'm a sucker for a 62, right? 62 is my Impala. I really like this one. Is the green one with the white top?
that's one of our local boys, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah. He's in Still Rolling or
Man,
That wheel.
Rolling Low
I
or
think-
Still Lowrider.
is he?
Yeah, that's one of our local boys.
There's okay. So he
Oh,
was
buddy.
telling me there's
Whoever, if you're local and you own this car, bro, come through. I really like your car.
They cruise in Bradenton all the fucking time, bro.
Yeah?
Let me see that.
I think it's Still Rolling. I want to
there's
say.
still
Still
low
rolling.
riding
And still low riding and still rolling.
And then
Are
there's
you sure?
still
It looks
rolling.
similar to one of theirs, but I
zoom
don't
in.
know.
There's
Oh,
a
that's
thing behind that, but
That's a Plato Ploma, silver and lead and silver. What's his name? Eric with the
Eric with
silver.
the 64. He's in
He,
that
he
club.
just joined that club, so that
Yeah.
he's a local guy,
Like,
100%
man,
local.
He is okay.
Yeah,
I like that. I really do.
Come through
Just-
for a
just
talk
su-
and maybe a
just subtle-
photo shoot.
Little subtle gold hints. Good amount of chrome.
Nice green.
Nothing crazy.
I'm not even a
crazy,
green
but
fan. That's
green
a
with
nice
the white
green.
top. Like it's It's similar to what I want to do with my car, except
Yeah.
instead of green, it'd be blue, and I'd have the blue pearl on the white. But
I'm good
I
with
retract
the,
that. It's not that I'm not a green fan. It's just I don't see myself really running into a
Yeah.
green paint job, but that's pretty though.
I'm good with the gold on that color green.
right,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's just
The
it's a
subtle
nice
stuff.
car, and as low as it is, I understand it might be on air, and I'm not gonna knock it. It's a beautiful car.
I'll tell you what, when my Cadillac's done, I'm going to be confusing some motherfuckers with that thing. It's going to
Yeah.
look like it's on air, but that thing's going to be
Yeah.
on some solves.
I hope it's on the sauce, but it might be on air. Either way, he didn't have the trunk open, so I didn't see. But
Maybe that's why, because he didn't want to get his balls busted from gatekeepers.
There's no gatekeeping in Florida. Stop with that.
Yeah.
Where you at right now, Harold?
Huh?
Where you at?
I'm right here.
You in Florida, right? Then there's
There ain't
gatekeeping,
no
goddammit.
gatekeeping.
There's gatekeeping in
There
Florida.
is not.
2 of them are sitting at this table.
Yeah, there's no gatekeeping in Florida, and where he's and from his past life where he's from, there's no keeping your car because that shit gets stolen. So
Oh, you
take your pick. You either in an area where you ain't keeping your shit, or you come here and you ain't gatekeeping. Let's talk. Hey, how about let's talk for a minute. Let's talk for a minute about those lovely vehicles outside
Oh,
next to the
Jesus.
vendors
Oh, Jesus.
with the most obnoxious. Outside, listen, preference aside, how
What?
difficult it is to look at their cars. That's my personal
What?
opinion.
It's the epitome of just because you can doesn't
Let's-
mean you should.
Let's be the biggest. Can I say asshole? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
Fuck
be
yeah.
the biggest asshole and put on music so loud through a remote in our pocket that people literally
Can't
a
talk.
half a football field away can't even talk. You've got kids and adults, kids and
that's-
adults in
that's what
line
irked me.
Pissing me off.
plugging their ears. My daughter having to leave the area because she's almost in tears. It's so loud.
Yeah.
And they're just sitting there and they're looking at people in
With
their
a-
discomfort
with
and
a
they're
table-
laughing.
with a table full of alcohol,
Table full of alcohol.
twisted teas and Bud
and all I
Lights
smell
and
is
Modelo's.
weed and alcohol.
Yeah.
And they're sitting there
They
laughing at
don't
people
care.
and they're playing this shit so loud that literally everybody, including myself and a few of us, had to plug our ears. Kids are sitting there squinting, plugging their ears, and they're just playing the most.
They had it parked next to the only tables, next to the food vendors.
2 of them.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's no way if you're getting anything to eat or drink, you have to go out there and you have to listen to this shit.
Yep.
And I get it. You spend a lot of money in your share. You want to show it off. Cool. Turn it up once. Let it die down. This shit was relentless.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
And they were having a fucking ball doing it.
yeah, they was parked
Yeah.
right
Yep.
next to the ice cream truck.
They're not even subs. They're the fucking
The
loud
stunt
megaphones.
stunt
Yeah.
walls and
Yeah,
stuff.
there was no
They're
bass to it. It was
ridiculous.
obnoxious. The music, even if it was my taste or not, which by the way, I'll get down with some like Hispanic music and stuff like that, like the culture.
Well, but it wasn't even that. I
It
mean,
was so
it was
loud.
a mix of music.
Yeah, it hurt.
But it was just
Nobody
it was
enjoyed it
obnoxious.
except for them just having fun smoking out and drinking and being assholes. So shout out to y'all with that, what was it, a gold T-Bird?
Gold Thunderbird.
And yeah, the gold T-Bird and the other fools that have the Hummer that have gotten talking to and
kicked out of other shows for that same bullshit.
So shout out to you. No one likes you. Nobody wants you there. No one appreciates you. And you're the reason we have problems half the time. So shout out to you. Everybody doesn't want to be around you.
They win the
Yeah.
award.
Like that's what got me, dude. The ice cream truck right there. Kids, like 5-6-year-old kids.
That's my point.
Are
This guy is
in fucking
literally
pain, and
nose
this
to
guy-
nose with customers screaming at each other. And then he had to come out half the time just to put his ear up against their lips just to get an order.
Yeah.
Obnoxious, rude. Nobody
Yeah.
wants it there.
Yeah,
Nobody's. You want to
I
live
wish-
that. If you want to live, say it. If you want to live that hood rat life, keep it outside of the gates.
I wish the venue would have done something about that, but you live and you learn.
Well, it's all right. Children can't follow rules.
Yeah.
Come in all ages.
I got nothing for that guy. He's a fuck.
All of them.
He's been a fuck at Slamfest
Yep.
for the past 2 years. He was a
Yeah.
fuck at this show.
Mr. fucking Humvee.
I hope your fucking cars fall off the trailer that you brought him in on. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
They do him a favor anyway. They look like shit.
I got nothing for that guy.
Yeah.
And
That's
from
there you
this
go.
portion of what grinds my gears.
It's just-
When you got kids, when you got children plugging their ears and almost in tears,
Yeah. I mean, you got
you're just a
parents holding
full
kids'
you a
ears,
full blown
like
asshole.
Yeah.
You a full blown asshole. You ain't cool. You ain't a thug.
jerks.
No one's afraid of you. No one's impressed.
That's the thing. He think that's
You think
Yeah.
everybody? You must think people think you like some thug and you cool. You a clown. As real as as long as listen.
You know what's funny? I don't know if you guys noticed
fucking
when
clown.
after he got the ice cream and we're walking out, David goes, he spent all this money on the stereo, but his car's pouring oil. There's a big oil puddle under the T-Bird.
Good.
Yeah, well-
Hope the motherfucker blows up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was funny. But other than that, man, the cars were cool there.
Yeah.
That was the only
Yeah.
real issue at that show.
Yeah, yeah. So we saw the speaking of high lockout cars, the purple town car. That one, I mean, it gets a nasty 3-wheel.
Oh, is that the one that almost looks like it's flipping over?
It's a pretty purple.
It is a pretty purple. I think it was painted by R.J. Tickler. He's on YouTube. You know.
Oh yeah, up north. That
Yeah,
that
and
dude's-
I've heard of the name.
Iowa.
Yeah.
I follow the channel. He's a cool guy, man.
cool.
He messes with a lot of 64s. Hopefully one day you finish one, buddy. Come on. We're excited for you.
I got no room to talk about that right now.
But that's all right. I'll show you some of the videos. But
He's talking about his own.
this one,
You that meme that's got one? It's got a button here and a button there, and on this side it says "Finish my lowrider, buy more Project Lowriders."
right?
And he's sweating in the middle, and there's Trent like this.
yeah.
Oh, I'll buy a '64 Buick.
Yeah.
I gotta drop.
he,
your fault.
he painted this car. The paint looks good, but
I'm
when-
not sorry.
like we were talking about with the high lockout cars, this one when it's down, doesn't really get down. You know what I mean? It still looks like a stock
You
town
can't,
car.
yeah.
But when it's up in 3, man, it looks pretty nasty.
It looks good in its environment,
always-
and it's made
it's
to be
always-
high. That's
yeah.
what it looks good in its environment. But
Yeah.
I want to see that low, dude.
That thing
Yeah,
actually
something-
had 8 batteries
Something happened
in
to
there.
the hood.
No, that's just reflection, isn't it?
No. Something,
Oh,
happened,
damn,
something happened to the
I was
hood.
looking at the windshield.
Oh, yeah.
It's got some streaks.
That thing actually has 8 batteries in it. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
I wonder if they're all to the nose.
Maybe.
It
I
could
don't know.
be. It could be.
But he didn't. I actually talked to that guy for a little bit. And,
Yeah.
yeah, and I was like, wow, you got so much in your trunk,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't have a spare.
We had a nice. Me and Trent had a nice conversation
Yeah.
with Alan
Was it-
Senior out
was-
front.
Was it the new owner or did the
new
Eric
guy,
the
the
Eric
new
kids still own it?
Yeah, there was quite a few here, bubble
One
top
from
Lincolns here at
Orlando,
the show.
right?
A lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of turtles.
Speaking of turtles, did you see the dark purple one? It was almost looked black right when you come in the gates, and it was right there to the right.
My
With
little
the-
hut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
outside. Right when you walk in, it's like the very first car you see,
Yeah.
where he was like mostly black, but when you get up close, you could see the
Yeah,
purple
with the
thing.
had the gold wheels, the gold grill.
Yep, that's the one. That thing
Yep.
was
I
purdy.
got the picture up right now.
Yep, that thing was.
City Nights Car Club.
Yeah, that one caught my eye.
Fat white walls on that car too.
Yeah, exactly.
That
I
was a
liked
nice one.
everything about that town car.
I know Justin liked the Suicide Door Continental in there, the black
All
one.
black,
I saw
black
that.
on black
Yeah,
on black.
That was killer.
What do y'all think of that? What do y'all think about the green one?
Let's see.
No.
I don't
For
remember.
the green one that Psycho built.
No.
I'm good.
You have a pick?
That's what
Yeah.
I'm waiting
I
to
don't
see.
remember it.
Yeah,
Off in the corner.
the 62
You're gonna flip it around.
with the
yeah.
flames. I know the one you and me talked about.
Okay.
We talked to Psycho.
Oh
about
yeah,
this
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Is it my favorite build? No. Is it something I would build? No. But I think it's beautiful. No, it's just like the velvet interior. It holds a place. That is to me the mixture right there. That's 80s all day.
That's hot rod.
Hot rod, custom cruising lowrider.
I actually
That's
really,
what
I actually really like this car.
that is. I dig it because it is, again, that thing just screams history. Every last inch of detail on that screams 80s, late 80s, early 90s when they were doing that custom hot lights. It's like, you know how you see rarely, and I've only seen them in pictures, you'll see a lowrider, but it's got a chop top.
Yeah.
It's not common, but you'll see like that shit. That is like that era of, you know, when they were doing a lot of custom mods to the bodies. And then you've got the Laker pipes, and you've got the pipes out the rear, you know, the flames, you've got the louvers.
That's what
That-
loses me.
Which
The
part?
louver hood.
That's what I'm saying. That is
everything
the,
else about the car. I'm okay with.
I think that's its category all on its own. I call that, to me, I call it the custom cruise and lowrider. Like that is the 80s, 90s, like quintessential hot rod lowrider custom car builder right there. That fucking thing screams it. And we had a great conversation with that guy at a show a few months back.
He drives a bitch everywhere.
That thing is seen, the whole U.S.? He's told me he's drove that thing all the way through the fucking U.S. And he's never had to he's got motors in that thing since day one. He's never maintained them.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know,
Fucking-
he's got a lot of work in that car, man.
If somebody's
Shout
going to
out-
say they drive their shit,
I think his name.
that dude.
I think his name's Psycho. Shout out to Psycho.
Yeah.
It's a clean car, bro. I like it.
Yep. It holds its place. It holds it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little too much going
Gotta
on
see.
for me.
Yeah, you got to see
Yeah,
where
it's
yeah. But that
it's
was
like
it.
there's
That
a
was the
lot.
thing.
The louvers, literally, the louvers are what are my turn.
That was the
again,
thing, man.
again,
You put a
even
flat
though
hood on
I-
it, I'm all in on that
Even though
car.
I would never build or buy or anything, make anything like that or drive it, I am glad that exists.
Yeah.
I love the
holds-
love the fact that exists.
To me, you know what that is? I'm not saying it's the same thing, but it's got an importance like Gypsy Rose.
Correct.
Now, you're not seeing too many dudes doing the velvet interior, doing the chandeliers and the sconces, because, by the way, Gypsy's got all that.
Yes, it is.
The hand drilled, painted rose, everything's airbrushed now. Like, it holds its place. It's a beautiful car. It holds its place. That's the same thing to me. That's the same importance to me. It holds its place. And somebody's still, the original builder still owns it, still drives it, doesn't trailer it. Like, that's important to me.
Yeah.
Kind of shows everybody where the fuck it all came from,
Yeah. Another one that I liked that had some unique features was the Silver 46 truck.
Oh,
yeah,
that
yeah.
see-through bed?
Yes, sir.
Yes. That was
That's
Yeah.
the
Me and
one that
Mikey
we-
were eyeballing the shit out of that one.
The Dia de los Muertos
That
truck.
that
That's
paint
the one we
job
think
was
had
like
the
fucking
triple-
glass, bro.
Cross lace, right?
Yeah, it had what looks like triple cross lace wheels.
Dude, that thing was like a
He had
silver bullet.
the airbrushing on that bottom like step,
And that was-
I don't know if
that
it's
was
not
that
really a
laid
step,
out?
but it's
That was damn near laid the fuck
it's
out.
damn near.
Set of 13s
Just all-
on it.
All the chrome, the see-through bed, man.
I thought that's what that
Yeah.
was.
It was gravity fed setup, 2-pump, man. It was just
Beautiful. See-through bed.
clean work, clean truck.
Extremely clean truck.
Yeah. Yeah,
I like the murals on it are solid. Like they
yeah,
flow.
all the airbrush
Everything
is
flows.
just- is just
Everything.
solid on it. Yeah, I got a few good pictures.
And
of
again,
that
but then
one.
there's certain cars that you see, like, that wouldn't be my
front of
favorite
it.
color, but that silver, like, not my favorite color, but man, I
It
wouldn't
worked.
want to see that in any other color. It was
Right.
done right. It
Even
matches
his
it.
silvers, that white and silver convertible Impala that your daughter sat in.
That's right.
with all that one had a
64.
ton of engraving.
All that
Oh,
thing
yeah.
was, it was black. What was it? Black, white, and like gray undertones.
It was
and
all- it was-
everything was engraved on
It was
that
all.
girl.
It was white
It was white with
with
the
gray patterns.
Yeah, gray
Gray.
patterns on
Yeah.
the
Like-
trunk.
3 or 4 different shades
Yep.
of gray.
And my daughter's makeup matched it so well. She almost looked like one of those Sugar Skull models. At 17, didn't even know she dressed up to go to the show looking exactly like she belonged at that fucking show. I'm like, honey, you realize people are gonna.
almost looked
I told
like
her.
they
I
was
told her when we
like
got in the car. I said, people are probably gonna ask to take pictures of you. She goes, why? I says, because you kind of look like that traditional Hispanic, like the face art and everything. People are gonna want to take pictures with you. Sure as shit, we weren't at that show 20 minutes. Guy comes up, he's tapping me on the shoulder. He goes, do you mind if I take some pictures of your daughter modeling my car? He goes, because the face paint, it all matches. I said,
Very goth.
I was like,
Yeah.
and by the way, shout out to dude, I don't know his name, very respectful coming up to me.
Yeah.
You could tell, clearly you could tell I was her father. Shout out to him coming up to me and asking me first. You could tell she's a young lady at 17. And then I said, I think that's a great idea, but it's up to her. And she said, I'd love to. She went up to her and she wanted me to stand by it. He goes, oh, no. He pulls off the chrome prop rod on his door. He says, get in. She goes, I don't want to hurt you. He goes, you're not going to hurt it. She got in, he shut the door. Then he got her out, holding the door open. And I'll tell you what, Will took some beautiful pictures. I got goosebumps today when he sent them to me. I almost got a tear in my eye. Because Will does some very professional pictures. I'm gonna frame some of those. You
buddy, I got
captured,
the
you
printer. I'll put 'em
captured
up for you.
in some like perfect angles. The just everything with your camera, with your skills.
Thank
Like
you.
that made me even more proud than just even being there, but seeing it like done in the right light with the right camera, and again, beautiful car in the background to her to model that.
Yeah.
And I was so proud.
Yeah, I
I can't wait to frame some of those.
Those were the only pictures I left out on the group post because I wanted to give them to you and let you guys post
No,
them as you
yeah,
wanted.
that's
So,
that made my heart really, really full on that one.
But yeah, that was a cool car. I know Trent hated that car with all the engraving.
Car,
Speaking of which, Trent hates the engraving.
the car is
Gorgeous.
amazing,
That's a gorgeous car.
but they went too far on the engraving for me. There wasn't a piece of chrome on there that wasn't touched
Yeah.
with an engraver, and it was just too much. It was
So
too much for
I'm
me.
assuming he calls the car Negro because on the dash it's just engraved in big letters
Yeah.
right under the Speedo. But
Other than
So
that,
it's
man, the
called
car was.
Negro, but it's mostly white.
Yes.
I love that.
yeah,
That's awesome.
I got it. I think I got a
I
picture
didn't
of
know
it.
the name was Negro.
I don't know that
Awesome.
for sure, but it's on there.
Yeah, that's
Like, you can-
badass. Good for
Huh?
him.
I missed that.
He's
That's too much.
know,
God, man, that is such a
yeah.
cool car, though.
Oh hell, I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that.
Negro. Yeah. How cool.
See, he even had some of the water spots in the paint. I'm usually
Yeah.
not a fan of the water spots,
Look at
but they
that.
look good on
The
there.
paint was amazing.
Why he called it Negro?
Oh, this guy got the Felix up the front. All right.
yeah,
It's a lot of
Pretty
fun.
car, a lot of tuck.
yeah.
That's a show car though, man. That's
Yeah.
I argue to say he probably doesn't even maybe take that out maybe on a dry day.
I hope he does. It's a clean car.
Me too. I hope everybody drives their shit. I got nothing for building these beautiful works of art and just
Sorry
to
for
sit there and look
coughing
at
all the
them.
time. But
That was fun.
yeah,
And then it snowballed after that. Everybody wanted to take pictures with her.
yeah.
Who's pulling in? What is
I
that?
hear some bass out there.
Probably somebody just rolling by.
But yeah, man. So that's.
They had a
there's so many cars.
gold.
That we could
What
go
was
over,
it?
man.
There was like a gold or a copper colored. I want to say a 38 Buick 8. 38 Buick Special 8. And it was gold paint and then a lot of gold plating and some engraving. And I said, now that's a beautiful bomb. When me and you were looking at the bomb.
The older school build, yeah.
Oh, God.
The flaky,
Yep.
the plating was coming off in the motor. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Where was that one?
Oh, no. Not the plating coming off on the motor. No. That was on the radiator and that was on a 50s.
Okay.
This was like a 38
Probably this one right
Special
here.
8.
Probably that one right. Ooh, I missed it right there. What would I do? I hit buttons.
I like how the whole middle row was almost like the time capsule. That's where
You'll
they
find
put
it.
all
I'll
the
tell you if
bombs.
it's the one.
I'm pretty positive this is the one you're talking about. Wherever it was, just that.
How hard did you scroll?
All right, I fucked up.
We're gonna find it. We're gonna find it.
Don't find it because I know Will
I
definitely.
think actually.
You couldn't
think
have
I know.
not taken a picture of this
No,
thing.
I
It was
think
too
I know.
pretty.
I think I know which one. It was toward the. I think it was toward the beginning here.
It is. It's towards the front.
That one.
That's her.
Yep.
That's her. What I would humpback.
Yep,
What
yep.
I would give.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous.
that's
Like that thing deserves to never see more than 3 inches off the ground.
With the
That's
big,
it.
Big swamp can.
Just ghost floating.
Yeah.
Like that's how those things look right.
whammy
Oh.
setup, man. That's nice.
No tuck, no nothing. Just like that's that traditional fucking bomb, baby. That shit gets my blood going. I love those. Love those humpbacks.
Yeah, I think
We still got to
nice.
convince.
We're never going to
We got to convince Frank to do his like that, man. He
He
wants to
will
put it on
never-
16s.
We will never convince him. He will not put on visors. He will not do a swamp can. He will not
16s
do
and air ride, and
any of
it's
that
like
stuff.
it'll look good,
No.
but it's like God, that's got so much more potential to me in my mind.
Let's talk about the fire hazard.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look, wait! Is it the Ranger?
The mini truck. The S10.
Oh my
It's
God,
time.
bro! 3 pumps, vented caps, stuffed, and I mean the bed was stuffed with all cotton. For those of you that don't know, when you have a vented cap and you hit the switch, you've got a brush. It's not a brushless. You've got a brush motor, and it throws sparks inside, and that's normal. That's not something's wrong. That's normal. But when you have vented caps,
Those sparks.
those sparks, they
escape.
emit outside of the vented cap.
So let's
And I
put
don't
the
know if
most
anybody's seen
flammable
us-
thing.
I don't know if somebody's seen a sock go up with a spark
mean,
that hits and it
I
gets
can
all the
only-
phrase.
I can only imagine that this is not in the bed when he's driving.
Well, I didn't see in the news
But
that
I also-
Tampa burned down, so I'm pretty
also-
sure.
I also don't know what display he was going for with that back there. Like he's got an inflatable palm tree here, and then just white.
Listen.
I don't know. If you watch, buddy, maybe give us a description in the comments.
If you're watching, let us know you're okay.
Yeah.
Let us know that you
Yes,
made it
that's what you
home.
want.
You can take the cotton out. You can take the cotton out of the bed. What you can't do is unshine
That's true.
the entire
tread.
wheel, tread and
Bro.
all.
Buddy, you're ice skating on the roads right now. Is what you're doing.
Dripping fucking wet with tire shine. Again, it looked cool because it's like that. It looked like a piece of candy, but it was so wet in between those treads. Like he had to have like slipped and slid around
Yeah.
before that it finally caught traction when he drove away.
Not to mention slinging all over the paint.
All over.
You know, at the end of a Lowrider show, that whole floor must look like Soul Glow.
Did you get any of the?
That whole ass fucking show, that whole show floor from everybody's ass in there must look like fucking soul. Let your soul glow. That's everywhere. They're gonna be like, God damn,
this
that's like
one Lincoln with like the
all
hand
these
drawn
cars
lines.
had Jerry curl
no
juice.
clear coat.
4 spots
Bro.
at every single car,
Angel
like the
lines,
couch.
Yep.
Remember when they got up?
Yep.
There's the 3
There's
wheels.
Jerry curl juice everywhere.
The Cadillac.
It like sets of 4
Was
everywhere.
the Lincoln.
Footprints.
Dude,
That's
I
funny.
thought it was.
Thought
I didn't
about
realize it was that bad until I saw it.
that. Yeah.
You could have went like that and just
I think that was a
fingers
Cadillac,
covered,
Use it
man.
for your own hair and shit.
Seriously, you could have slicked your own hair back. Oh, unbelievable.
Yeah, I never even thought about that. What the floor looks like.
If somebody threw a match at that
No,
truck,
only-
Everybody's dead.
I only took pictures of his setup.
Everybody.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was a Cadillac. No, I only took pictures of the setup.
I thought it was a Lincoln.
Yeah. He had a clean ass setup in it though.
Yeah, very clean setup. Very clean setup.
Clean
That
setup.
difference, that shit smells good, man.
But
I really enjoyed that boat tail.
the boat
Don't-
tail-
again, you don't
boat
see many
tail
of
was
those.
nice.
Is that different? Is that what you
This has got like a vanilla. It's got a vanilla
smells
leaf
good
in it.
tonight for some reason.
Yeah, it's got a vanilla leaf in it.
I
This
mean
is
to like get off on a tangent.
no. This is
That
a different
fan's just giving it to me.
different shop. This is a different shop blend. So this has got more of a vanilla leaf in it.
So similar to the South Beach 63, there was a Mark V out there, the Vice City, right? It was that kind of tan khaki color.
What year?
It was a Mark V, so it was late 70s, mid late 70s.
That's the one you want, right?
No. He
No, I
wants
want
the 80,
6.
80 to 80. What is it? 83.
Yeah, Mark
It's
6.
almost like
That's
same
too
aisle,
long for
right?
him.
Just on the other side.
That's too long for him. He wants like the 80
Yeah.
to 83. He wants the short,
the
stubbier one.
shorter version of this one. Yeah,
It looks, and arguably so. I think they're both beautiful, but if I had to cherry pick, I'm with him. It's more proportional between 80 and 83.
yeah.
The nose and the deck lid. It's just
I like the boats.
they got it right. I like them both. I would take either, but if I had
Yeah.
my choice, I'd get the one like he likes.
But this one was kind of built along with the same style, which you don't usually see. It had the real kind of old school tan khaki, base coat, and then all the artwork on it was like blues and pinks and teals, and to give it that kind of 80s vibe. I think he called it Vice City, right?
Okay.
Kind of had some like ghosted in graphics too, with like
I
the
thought there were like palm trees in it. Were there not? Or?
Yeah.
No, maybe not.
like squares on the hood.
That's
Yeah.
some really
Yeah.
unique but
Yeah.
pretty lines.
Vertical pumps, which I thought was unique.
I put the video game in there too.
Really,
Vice
I
City.
didn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh shit! So what did he do?
Oh,
He got fill caps on the back of the.
on the tops, on the backing plates.
Okay, so the backing plates themselves are.
Yeah. Or they got a hole in the tank.
So that's a piece of
Welded the
billet,
bungs
and what
in
they've
there.
done is they've milled out a hole,
Yeah.
and there's your fucking.
Welded some bungs on the inside.
That's
on the
cool.
top of it. Yeah.
It's probably not
Is
even.
uni- is
What
unique.
it is probably not welded. It's probably a solid piece of billet, and then they drill it out and then thread it. I'll bet you that's a fucking solid. I'll bet you that's a
Yeah, I like
milled
that
and drilled plug that
I
just
like-
goes right down in it.
I like that car.
And they're
I thought-
flush
I thought
too,
that-
almost.
Yeah, I thought that was a little different. I like that car.
Little, that's a lot. That's beautiful.
But I'm
Beautiful
A,
setup.
but I'm a sucker for those style cars.
I like the vinyl, the blue, the teal vinyl on it.
Yeah, the top on it.
That's
Yeah,
clean.
dude.
Yeah.
The top on it was real nice.
Oh, let's talk about vinyl tops and dudes painting them. Come on, y'all. We got to do better. We got to do better than that.
Which one? Because some of them
I don't
are
want to
okay.
say which one, but I'll just say
Red.
I was gonna say
there's a
red.
couple, but one of them stuck out in my mind.
Talking
like,
about this one?
No.
Because this is nice.
No,
This is art. That was
that's
nice.
cool. Honestly,
That's cool.
I didn't even see that. That's cool. I'm talking about
This
fellas
one's
that don't
been
want to
around a
redo
while.
their vinyl tops, so they.
spray paint it red.
Oh yeah.
Like
that's-
Rattle Clan, spray painted red.
There was
that
there was
person
one
did.
that legit looked straight up like somebody shot it with the car, and it's like vinyl, so it's flecking in certain places, and it's like it's not airbrush. It's like they sprayed it on with the
Yeah,
clear.
because this Regal this
What's flecking?
Flecking.
this 84 Regal, the Aztec blood.
He just makes shit up.
He's been around for years. Shout out to you, Eddie.
Like
right? Is
aerodynamicity.
it Eddie?
You've got flecking and aerodynamicity.
that's two big words for you tonight.
That's two whole ass made up words tonight.
Anyway,
You
this,
say creek,
this-
I say quick.
Anyway, this Regal's been around for a hot minute, and he's got an airbrushed vinyl top, and it's nice. It's good work, man.
That is
We were
pretty.
talking about that one.
Hold on a sec. You guys done with that tune-up yet? No? Oh,
I think
Shout out to Peyton for taking no initiative during this break. He's like, man, that's cool. Shout out, it's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Now get to work.
Yeah, get to. He's over here like, that's great. Well, who's gonna put it in?
But, couple
damn,
pink
your
cars,
sister
man.
says the same shit.
You know what? Oh, man. Went there.
Dirty.
Jesus.
God damn.
I like the money.
Yeah.
These pink cars are starting to make a comeback, man. And there was this
I've been
pink,
saying it for
this
years.
pink money,
dude.
man, was
I've been
nice.
talking about wanting a pink car.
Yeah.
I don't know
We
if I
just
could roll
talked
a
about
pink
that.
car.
We just talked about that last week. He said if I show up in a pink Cadillac, I'm like, fuck you. There's some of them are beautiful.
This money is one of them. It's nice.
the
On
money's
the
cool.
Kragers too, man.
Yeah.
It's classic.
I almost landed like this mauve purple mid '90s
I
town
don't even
car
think
before
I've
I
ever
got
seen-
my
I
turbo
don't-
body.
I've never seen a
And I was
pink like
gonna
that.
do
That's
the-
pretty.
Yeah.
Do the
It's
accents in
pearlescent.
pink.
Very pretty.
It's almost in the purple.
Listen, that takes a certain type of G to roll an all pink car, and you got to be a confident motherfucker.
That's what
I'm
I'm
not
saying.
that
Mine
guy.
was gonna have pink accents, but it was gonna be purple or mauve.
But I'm saying though, I would fucking put my head up
there's
high
a-
and drive that shit. That's a bad looking bitch,
As
man.
long- yeah,
That,
exactly.
go back
These
to
cars
the
are like
turtle
girls anyways.
with the
They're
pink.
beautiful, big bodies. You know, you got to.
Round
If they want to
curves.
dress up in
The
pink,
answer
let them
car.
dress up in pink.
That's right, baby.
It was the. Did you see the cancer survivor
Turtle body.
turtle body?
Yeah,
Had
yeah.
the pink vinyl top.
Oh
Pink-
yeah,
pink patterns.
I
It was
remember.
white.
That. Yeah.
That
I didn't know.
was cool.
I didn't know that's what the theme was. I saw it though.
Yeah, they had something written on the back.
Yeah, hope.
Something
Yeah,
for hope.
love it.
They had the little verbiage in the
By
back.
the way,
something
fuck
like that.
cancer.
Something about finding
hate
the
that
brightness
shit.
in a scar.
Or
Something-
star.
Something
Brightness
about
and star.
brightness in the scar or something like that.
Stars, not scars.
Scars? Okay.
Often the darkest.
I don't know. I remember
Skies.
something with an S. I thought it was scars.
Something about the darkest skies that we see the brightest stars.
Yep.
So
Or scars.
yeah. Or
See some very
stars.
bright scars.
Keep it up.
And
You're
then
going
the
to see a
side
bright
never-
scar tonight.
Never lose hope. So shout out to whoever owns that car, whatever y'all went through. You know,
Fuck cancer.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, man. I mean, the list goes on. We
We can just
talk
keep
all
going.
night.
We can do 3-part episode if we wanted to.
Couple badass 57s there.
I
Again.
think you
didn't
nailed it
see
at the
any-
beginning of the episode.
I didn't see as many Bel Airs as I thought I would see.
Right?
Bro, those 57s ever since the
That
Phoenix
black.
show.
Whoa! They had a bitchin' all black with gold accent
The white,
skirts,
this one.
two-door,
the white top one.
two-door hardtop, Bel Air. That's her.
Yeah.
Not a sedan. Yeah, it was a two-door hardtop, and it's laid perfect. It's got the right amount of fuck. It's got the gold grill, the gold V8,
Saw it.
gold touches here and there, and then chrome touches, and it's just that black. Whoever did the black paint job on it, black
Yeah,
is a
they
hard
did.
fucking color to make look right because it's going to show every imperfection. That was a bad bitch,
But I'm just saying I thought I would see more.
On
100%.
Krager's
and on Krager's too.
and on the sauce.
Yep. On Krager's, I'm like, oh, those Supremes. I walked up, I'm like, son of a bitch, those are Krager's, dude.
Yeah.
Bad fucking ride there.
That was a nice one.
I think you nailed it right on the head at the beginning of the episode. There was definitely, it wasn't a huge show, but it was definitely a big show. But it was quality over quantity. And the lack of quality was outside by the vendors, acting like children.
There's another one, man, like the oranges too. This orange Cadillac.
There's a couple burnt orange cars there that were pretty
Oh,
solid.
man.
Yeah, dude,
That
that
was
was
a solid
like,
color.
like a copperhead pearl.
Yeah.
Were you
And
all
that
in-
look how nice that looks with that brown quarter.
Yeah.
Were you all in there when Homeboy took out the?
Orange Impala, wasn't there?
Yeah, the display
Took out
rail.
the display rack?
Oh
Did y'all
my
see
Which
that?
God.
time?
When you first
Dude,
walk in, there
You
was
fucking
Would you
walked right
have-
into it.
Correct,
Clang,
yeah.
clang,
Dude,
clang.
on some
That's
real
the one that
shit,
had the
on some
LED
real
lights.
shit. When you guys were in the
yeah,
back
right,
room
right.
next to the
From
hop
Fear
off,
Man.
Yeah,
we
for
heard
sure.
it. Me and Emma heard it 2 more times.
Jeez.
You heard just like when a waiter or waitress drops all the plates and everybody starts cheering. Dude, from a distance, we heard ding, 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 and then you heard a couple motherfuckers. Oh, 2 times.
Yeah.
Fucking A,
That
man.
must have happened the whole fucking show for that guy.
Yeah. There were a couple glass houses there, man. The blue one in particular was real nice.
It's missing one though. We're missing one still.
Yeah, it'll be there one day. Soon enough. It's getting painted.
Well, you
But,
gotta go put it together so they can paint it.
That's
No
okay.
comments.
It's okay.
You're gonna get painted.
It's okay. We're going to talk about that lovely individual in a future episode.
Easy.
We gotta go put the front end together tomorrow. Apparently,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna put the front suspension together so we can roll.
Assembly
Because of the-
required.
the shop that it's at. I'm just gonna not put the front end together, so we have to.
I don't
handle
think
it.
he got my joke.
It's all right.
So,
It's all right.
Incompetence varies. All
When he
ages.
watches the episode,
Yeah.
those motherfuckers.
Those motherfuckers back there.
Whatever gets it painted, baby.
No, I'm talking about painting something
No.
else.
Ew.
Hey-o.
they're talking to you.
What I miss?
No, it's just
We
a joke.
didn't miss.
Was it another sister? See, I'm so numb to them. I don't even hear them anymore. All I
gotta
see is
watch the
"Ayo," and I hear that, and then I see everybody.
Yeah, we went there
This blue and
again.
white one too. This old
badass,
Chevy.
yeah.
It was a nice one.
None but love, baby.
It was nice. Was that one? It was an old Bel Air.
It's beautiful.
This old blue one. This one's right up your alley, Dean.
Yes, that was a 53, I believe.
Did anyone happen to
I was
see
a
like
50.
a
I was a
post
52 or 53.
about who got best of show or anything?
I've seen a lot of people got trophies. Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
like a lot.
a lot
they
of
had
people
I think they had a lot of classes.
I think that's what it was too.
Should've
They
taken
usually
goddamn
always have
Buick.
a best of show.
I know a local club still lowriding. I think I know they took home some hardware in their bike department, especially.
Your old bikes?
Yeah,
Didn't they get one?
yeah. Mine, I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not mine. My old one.
I was your old one.
I sold my old one to somebody. Shout out to Mike Bustamante and his daughter. She is honestly, I think she's more excited to have that thing than I ever was, and I'm like a little kid around them. And she has shined that thing up more than I've ever seen it glisten. She's put her own little personal touches on it. She had her own display, and she couldn't wait to show me, and I couldn't wait to say I got goosebumps just looking at the goddamn thing. And it held its own next to the rest of them, and it was unique. It had a lot of unique touches, stuff that I had done, stuff that she had done. But it's not my bike. I got to give props to her. She put it together, put that display together, and she showed out. And honestly, still low riding. They put on for the vehicles that they did show and the bikes that they did show. Shout out to y'all. You're doing it. Good job.
Yeah,
Props to you. Props keeping that scene alive. Props keeping the family aspect of it all. Really, you seem to be really in tune with the family aspect of it. So shout out to was it Rolando and Diane.
Yeah.
Keeping this chapter down here, really showing out. Good job. Props to you.
We need to get them on the show.
We need to get y'all on the show.
Yeah,
by the way,
for sure. Come
need to get
through.
y'all on the show.
But the last car I want to talk about, man, and I know we're running a little long. Everybody knows I'm not a huge 61 Impala fan.
Dude,
You know, they're not-
and the
they're
first,
not
what I
mine.
say, the first thing I saw when I walked in, I went, bro, look at that 61.
The blue one.
I like a 60. I like
Is that
a
the one
bubble
with
top
the,
61.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck
Yes. The blue
That
one.
dirty
with the
ass gold, look like yellow
Yes.
teeth rims.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
God.
That car
Let me
is
take that home.
so nice.
See what gets me is the trim. The trim's gorgeous where
Yeah.
they did the flake in the trim.
Yeah, it's really the only heavy flaked areas is just inside that center trim
Yep.
and the roof.
I think the 61 is heavily underrated. I really think it's underrated. Just the way the doors on them, the glass especially, and the pillars, just that bubble. I don't know. And this is, I think, a lot of controversy even between us. Why you guys dislike them the most or not your favorite is how it narrows out in the rear. I love the look, how that body fades out to a teardrop. That whole car, I love a 61.
Yeah.
I would run at one if
maybe
it
it's
was for
just-
the right price.
Maybe it's just the angle that I took. The picture,
Maybe.
but, man, I just.
But
that's
hey, at
just
least you
such
can
a
admit
nice
and
car.
admire that this was a nice fucking 61.
It really is, and it's just simple whammy 2-pump.
That was right
setup
when
in
we
the
walked
trunk,
in. That
and it's
motherfucker.
real
It was
clean.
right there, and I went, "Oh, look at that thing!
And I think that guy also owns that orange.
Great display, everything good, put together well. The whole display, everything.
Oh, this orange 61 too. Drop. It was right there. That's
Okay,
a nice car
okay.
too.
That's the one I thought you were going to talk about.
Oh, dude, that blue one.
No, the
That
blue
blue one.
Orange.
I'd take the blue hardtop over this.
That
orange
blue
drop,
one
to
slaps
be
you right in the
honest.
face, man. It's like, oof, let you know.
But the setup in that orange one, gravity fed.
Listen, anybody who's watching
pump.
these episodes, if you own the car, if you know the person that owns the car, comment, tag them, have them
Yeah.
reach out to us. We would love to hear any feedback.
Yeah,
If
DM
not,
us.
have them like, share, subscribe. We want to get more people in this movement. We're trying to get everybody together more in this area, Southwest Florida. Trying to keep the movement alive with even not just lowriders, but custom cars and the culture and the togetherness of it all.
Yeah. Hell,
We're
even
trying
if-
to make this like a cul-de-sac barbecue. Everybody's invited.
Yeah, hell, even if you're far out, man, we're not opposed to a Zoom,
Absolutely.
or FaceTime or whatever, man. We got Wi-Fi, we got internet. We'll figure it out.
We got Haveline giving us shout outs. We're trying to get shout outs from the common people, from all the people like us, all the
true.
blue collar, hardworking motherfuckers that are building these dreams and doing the family thing. Please
That's
hit
true.
us up.
Hit us up, man. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Let us know what you think, and thanks for tuning in to the Lowrider Show recap. We'll catch you on the next one.